All right, what's up, everybody? So good to have you all here. We've got a familiar face to me, not to all of you, but this is Jason right here, and he has a channel called Sports Talk Wisconsin. So, for those of you who don't know, Chris and I have started branching out a little bit with our channels. We have started Sports Talk Extra. Check that out. Jason is on Sports Talk Wisconsin. There's also Sports Talk Fantasy. So we're trying to branch out and start a few more. But Jason, you've been at this. You were just telling me before we started recording about a month and a half
Yep.
or so, just talking about the Green Bay
Green
Packers.
Bay Packers, man. Thank you so much for having me. Yeah, no, it's been about a month and a half now, getting the Packer content out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
I'm
mean,
sure
good
all
for
you
you.
Detroit
Somebody has
Lions
to
fans.
do it. It's not
Yeah.
going to be me. So I don't know. I
Right.
don't know what to say about that. But here's the thing, everybody. It proves that sports aren't the whole world because me and Jason are really good friends. And I'm a Lions fan and he's a Packers fan.
Mhm.
And we still find a way. It's
Yeah, we do,
amazing.
man.
So
Yeah.
so here's what I want to do, Jason. I just want to ask you a couple questions. I want to get to know the Packers a little bit better and see where you're coming from as a fan. We're going to talk about the matchup. We're going to talk about key players. We're going to talk about Jordan Love. We're going to talk about a lot of different things. But here's what I want to ask first. You're 2-1, tied for
Yep.
first place in the NFC North with us, the Detroit Lions. Scale 1 to 10, and then a brief explanation. How confident are you in this Green Bay Packer team as currently comprised, and why?
Oh my gosh, what a good question. So,
Loaded.
scale of 1 to 10, I would say I'm like a 6.5.
Oh man, I was gonna say you're
Yeah.
gonna be a 7.
Yeah. So 6.5. I was almost a 7. I'm like
Okay,
teetering on that fence there. And here's the reason why.
we round up in my house, so
Yeah. The Green Bay Packers, they look so good offensively. This
okay.
is okay. So this is a team with Aaron Rodgers. Kind of everybody's been calling it like Aaron Rodgers isn't going to handcuff anybody, okay? Because he's so great, and
Yeah,
you and I are going to differ on this. I think he's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Make the argument he's top
and
five. Okay, so
he's not even the best quarterback in Green Bay history, but that's fine.
well, that being said, he has been holding back their offense a bit, and you're starting to see, and those who haven't seen any Green Bay Packer games, you're going to see what I'm talking about this Thursday. What Matt LaFleur has done, he's actually thrown out a couple of flea flickers. Actually, the last 2 weeks,
Unreal.
yeah, I know we haven't seen any of that type of
Yeah,
stuff, any like jet motion, any of that type of stuff. So
yeah.
that's why.
Dude, and I got to tell you, so you're not wrong. I feel the exact same way,
Yeah,
and I hate to admit it. And whenever people, even on this channel, we've talked about it, where it's just like, you know what? LaFleur's a good coach and he's an offensive genius. And the amount of pre-snap movement, motion, you're talking flea flickers, like the amount of built-in good play calls, the offense actually reminds me of either a McVay offense
mhm,
or a Shanahan offense in San
mhm.
Francisco, or honestly, I know this sounds weird, like a Detroit offense under Ben Johnson the last year and a half. There's just a lot
Yeah,
going on. And I have never seen a Green Bay offense, well, at least not in the last 3 years, with receivers running this wide open.
right.
Like there's just open targets everywhere, which is terrifying. And you just have to hope Jordan Love's not good enough to throw the ball to them. So so you're excited about him. Are you more excited about him or the system that he plays in, Jordan Love?
This the system that he plays in, but Jordan Love. So Jordan Love is tied for fifth in the NFL with passes over 25 yards. That's being without Christian Watson. So when I say that, though, ironically enough, he's had a wide open Luke Musgrave, and if you guys don't know who that is, he's an absolute stud of a tight end.
He's
He's
Sam
got he's
Laporta
so quick.
light, actually, is
Yeah,
what I believe he is. Light.
yeah. What'd you say?
I said he's Sam Laporta light. In other
Yeah.
words, he's a rookie who's a very good tight end, but not as good as our tight end. I'm just being weird. I'm sorry. I just
Now,
believe it to be true.
no, I got you. So I beg to differ, but you guys do have a really good tight end there.
Yeah.
But what I mean though is he's missed he's overthrown him twice. That would have been
Okay.
touchdown last 2 games. Wide
Oh
open
no.
touchdown,
Okay.
so Detroit's gonna have to watch out for his speed.
Mhm.
He's the mismatch anyways,
Yep.
so yeah.
Well, that's why we have Branch. So I think,
Yes,
and here's the thing: like, I'm not dumb enough to believe that this is going to be a cakewalk. What do you think is the greatest strength? You can go offense or defense here. I don't care. What is right now, as it stands, the greatest positional strength for the Green Bay Packers?
Ooh, positional strength,
Yeah, sure.
I would have to say, as odd as it sounds, because we're just loaded with sophomores and rookies, it would be our speed and wide
Whoa.
receivers, whether it be
You-
tight end, wide receiver, just our offense.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're actually going kind of offense, but you're even focusing more on the outside.
Yeah.
See, outside looking in, it's the exact opposite of what I'd say.
Oh,
Right?
really?
Like if you were talking about your offense, I'd be like, yeah, pretty established offensive line. I would go Aaron Jones. I would talk about those things. It's amazing to hear you say the wide receivers. So if the wide receivers and speed on the offensive side, which there is a lot of speed, is your greatest strength, what's your greatest weakness?
Safety.
Okay, not even a hesitation.
Yeah, not a hesitation, safety.
Okay, how has that played out so far this year? How would we attack that defense?
So, good question. Honestly, teams we that's been our biggest weakness. Rudy Ford has been he's been he shows up every once in a while, but that's certainly our biggest weakness. I mean, if you guys just Goff, I know can air it out,
Yeah.
and I would just be doing that all day long on the Packers up the middle.
Well,
Deep
that's
up the
where
middle.
we love to attack.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's gonna kill us.
Yeah. Goff's number one, I mean, the by far the best throw he has is over the middle. He throws it so well over the middle. And so basically it's usually just a heavy diet of Laporta and St. Brown over the middle. And we just find a way to
Okay.
scheme them open. And that's what they do. There's some outside. Don't get me wrong. We throw to the outside as well, enough to keep the defense honest. But so you're saying that middle of the defense is the weak part. Does that extend into the linebackers in the passing game?
No, deep middle. So Quay Walker's an absolute beast out of Georgia. He
Yeah, it's
is,
second year, right? He's
yeah.
gotten better.
Oh man, he's so good. He
Yeah.
is just he had a pick six versus Atlanta, so he has the capabilities of doing that. And he is dangerous. But that
Yeah.
is it. We're going to be without Devondre Campbell in this game, more
You
than
are.
likely. Yeah, more than likely he's going to be out. So we're going to be weak. Um, somewhat weak there without. I mean, just Walker's our guy.
Yeah, so both these teams are a little banged up,
Yeah.
right? Both these teams are a little banged up. We have all of our guys, and I'm just trying to I'm going to forget guys because we have so many guys that are banged up. I mean, CJ Gardner-Johnson might be out for the year. Kirby Joseph may or may not be out for this game. Taylor Decker may or may not be out for this game. David Montgomery may or may not be out for this game. Like there are so many injuries. Pascal's out on the defensive line. Kaminsky got hurt at the end of the last game. I don't know if he's going to be good or if he's not. There's just a lot. The injury bug has hit us hard, and I don't know how many tackles might be out.
That's good news.
It's rough. What are we looking at from the Packers? Who's in? Who's out? Who's questionable? Like, what are you seeing there?
Linebacker Devondre Campbell. So I'll just hit the guys that it would actually matter. So for the
Okay.
Packers, their offensive line on the left side. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Bakhtiari.
Bakhtiari, man, who knows if he's going to play, and we won't know probably until game day. Jenkins is out. He's out for a good another 3 weeks,
Okay.
probably. Jair is back from the sounds of it. So he will be back. So those really are going to be we actually are getting everybody back. We've been without them.
Yeah.
Like Aaron Jones is going to be back. Christian Watson's going to be back. So yeah, that's it really.
Here's the thing. Rasheed Walker hasn't been terrible as a backup tackle. That's been a nice little surprise for you.
Oh my gosh, I love that guy.
Yeah, especially against the pass. So that's kind of nice. I think the Bakhtiari thing is weird. Is that weird? What was all this talk I was hearing about? Like, is he ever going to play on turf again? Like, I mean, it was after the Rodgers injury, right? That he went to like social media and stuff like that. Am I missing something? Like, I follow the Lions. That's and other NFL teams. I've spent very little time on the Packers.
No. So Aaron Rodgers
Yeah,
is Bakhtiari's boy. Okay, so he was
for
super
sure.
frustrated
Chugging
as
beers
I
together
was.
at Bucks games.
Yes. Yeah, did you see that though, by the way?
Yes,
You
I
got
did.
Aaron Rodgers just girly, like just sipping on that thing, trying to chug it.
Oh, pause. We are going to talk about Bakhtiari, I promise. Did you see after Aaron Rodgers did it, Stafford put up something because Stafford was the quarterback of the Lions at the time. He was
Done.
in a bar, right? And he saw they were watching Rodgers slow it, and he chugged it almost as fast as Bakhtiari did.
That's impressive. Yeah.
It's
Yeah. I
impressive.
wasn't, I
Quarterback
wasn't impressed
skill.
with Aaron Rodgers' chug of the beer, but
Yeah.
so, man, I'm trying to even remember the question now.
Sorry, Bakhtiari, what's going on with the whole, like,
yeah.
is he
With the
actually hurt? Does he just not want to play? Like, what's happening?
No, man, he squashed those rumors because those were swirling around, and the fact that those are swirling around really upsets me as a Packer fan because it's like, okay, but he is a good leader. I don't think
Yeah.
that's not his thing. He's just legit hurt. He's been trying to like ease back into. He was super healthy coming into this season, and then all of a sudden bit again. So I think that's just going to be
Dude, he's just kind of that age, isn't he?
him. Yeah, he is.
Like, for the Lions, Taylor Decker, right? I mean, Taylor Decker is 29 years old, just 29. And he has been really healthy. He's played hard. He got hurt. Well, not really healthy. He's been healthy enough. Okay.
Yeah.
They play the same position. There was all this stuff on him a couple years ago when the team was terrible. Like, is he mailing it in? Isn't he playing well? And he did the same thing. He squashed the rumors. He's like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
Like, I've played for this team. He could have said bad team for the last 7 or 8 years, given everything I had. And now you guys are going to question if I'm actually trying,
Yeah.
and it was kind of unique. Offensive linemen are a different breed, man. They just are. And what they're asked to do, never take a play off. And it's tough. It's tough sledding out there.
Oh, for sure,
really
man.
is.
Yeah.
So there's no doubt about that. So, okay. As we do it, we're getting into a long video, which is fine. I'm okay with that. I just think, what scares you the most from the outside looking in? What scares you the most about the mighty Detroit Lions?
Oh, run game.
Oh,
Run game. Yeah. I know you might be surprised to hear that, but our run defense has been so suspect that, teams are running all over us. And, the Falcons put up nearly 450 yards of total offense on us.
that's crazy.
Mhm.
But by the way, Ritter should have thrown at least 2 picks in that game too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're completely right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
that's
okay,
what
so
scares
the
me the
run
most.
game
Yep.
is what concerns you the most. Your weakest point is the 2 deep safeties.
Yep.
So do you think this could be a shootout? Do you think this could be a track meet? Can your offense keep up? How do you feel? Are you scared of the Lions defense, or are you just kind of like, yeah?
I actually was asking myself that question earlier today of like, okay, because I know that the Lions can put up stupid amounts of points because they've got so much talent there offensively. And I'm feeling the same way about the Packers and their offense. They're just a lot younger, So
yeah.
That being said, Jordan Love, and I made a video about this a couple of days ago. Jordan Love, I don't know what to expect from that guy because when he's out there throwing it, and if you'll notice it in the game Thursday, that he throws with little effort. And I hate saying this, his sidearm. Okay, it's like it's a mix between Patrick Mahomes. He looks like Aaron Rodgers at times. I know I'm saying a lot of great players right there.
Yeah, I mean, when Rodgers first started, I just remember thinking to myself, like, what is this, Brett Favre?
Yeah, Brett Favre,
Like,
right.
You watch somebody for 3 years.
Yeah.
When they're an all-time great.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank
Aaron
you.
Rodgers, you're welcome. All right. You're going to pick up a couple things.
Yeah,
right?
you are. So, but he
things.
leaves these balls. They just look like they're floating in air, and it's like, okay, once some defenses start getting some film on them, my worry or concern is that you're going to get safeties that are jumping it, or corners that are reading the receivers' routes, and then the balls seem to be floating there. But he's completing them now. We'll see. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, maybe he's just a gamer.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's what every Lions fan would hate, is if Jordan Love ended up being even a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. We'd be like, this isn't fair. All right. This just isn't right. We don't like it. And, but that's, it is what it is. So, all right. All things aside, last question I have for you is the last question you had for me over on Sports Talk Wisconsin. Prediction time. Who's winning the game in Lambeau Thursday night under the lights? Special place, man. Special place, whether you like it or not. Who's winning this game? By how much? What's the score?
Yep. So the Lions are 2-point favorites going into it as of right now.
Crazy.
That could change. But that being said, like I said, I think this could potentially be a shootout. I don't think it gets too high of a shootout, but I do think the Packers win this one 27-24. I think it's going to be a close game.
Okay. Hey, you heard it here. If he's right, we'll all hate him. But still support it. Sports Talk Wisconsin. Go give it a look. If you're a Packers fan who came in here, saw this Behind Enemy Lines episode or whatever we're going to call it, and you like the Packers, go over to Sports Talk Wisconsin, part of the Sports Talk family. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Jason, thanks for coming on, man. Appreciate you taking your time and doing this.
Thank you.
So, all right. Hey, see you on the next one.
Go
I
Pack.
would say good luck on Thursday. Good luck on Thursday. May the best team win as long as it's the Lions.
Go Packers.